Welcome to Thursdays Live at Studio Central. I'll talk about Studio Central a little bit. So we're a free art drop-in in Portage Place Mall on the second floor. We have workshops at 2. We got a journaling group on Mondays at 11:30. And we have Photo Voice every second and last Friday of the month. And on the 10th, July 10th, is the next Photo Voice, and the prompt is monuments. So if you want to send in some photos and share them with a group of people that also like photography, definitely do that. We also have a bunch of different art supplies here that you can use. You just come in. We got acrylics, markers, pencil crayons, everything you want. We got a textile area, got books to read. Really good time. So I think we'll go over to Upbeat and read a bio. Okay, do this, turn this around. Okay, this is Studio Central. Okay, coming into Upbeat here. Upbeat Artworks. Oh, wow. We have a Wild Dylan.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello there.
Welcome back to another Facebook Thursday Live here at Studio Central. I'm just sitting underneath the work of Abby Wall, one of our alumni. So I'll tell you a little bit more about Abby. So Winnipeg-born Abby Wall grew up in a household of 6 adoptees from diverse backgrounds. Warrior women who carried pain in their eyes. She says that was her Aboriginal siblings who took care of her. She later studied acting and has done stand-up comedy and improv. She had also studied classical voice, conservatory grade 8. Good. And had more recently sung jazz and written songs. About 5 years ago, she added painting to her repertoire, and so far has had 3 solo shows. But in this domain, she is self-taught. She paints in acrylic on canvas using ink splatterers as highlights. Abby says early influences include Japanese anime, the work of pinup illustrator Jill Elvgren, and Archie comic characters Betty and Veronica. Her twist on these precedents to embody the personalities of women akin to women I can recognize in all shapes and sizes, including especially women of color, whom she considers underrepresented in art. Where she portrays partial nudity, it is not to focus on sex, but to better explore human form and movement. Her colors are bright, and her background's vibrant, ranging from cosmic to psychedelic to plaids reminiscent of traditional Jamaican bandanas or Madras patterns. I'm an extrovert, Abby says, so painting is my company when no one's around. I'm prolific and will stick with a project for 12 hours at a time. Art heals and feeds me. Nice. Very much so. And so as Logan showed us, this is the piece that we have currently in Upbeat titled Autumn Comes. It's mixed media, 24 by 24, painted a couple years ago. And you can see that it uses a bit of acrylic, a bit of collage, some glitter and whatnot. This actually was a pretty, this week we've been getting a lot of new stuff here in Upbeat. So these are Chris Johnson's pieces, some stained glass stuff. We might do a proper highlight at some point, but very, very cool stuff.
Yeah, got actually another Abby Wall here.
Oh yeah, there's
Didn't even see that.
Abby Walls.
Nice.
So the ones that we have in here are like lots of leaves. This one's peaches.
Peaches. Yeah, I love that glitter.
Right? Really great use of glitter. You know, sometimes if you like glitter, you know, it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
But it can also make some really, really cool stuff. You can play around with gradients and whatnot.
Nice.
And we still have the stuff hanging up on the left there from art from the art in the park. Art from the
Art in the Garden.
Art in the Garden.
Yeah, you gotta
You
figure
know,
out which
there's so
one.
many events I get them mixed
They're
up.
doing art everywhere nowadays.
Yeah.
Art in the attic next.
Art in the attic. Art in the basement.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, these are. LJ was the facilitator of this one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff in here right now. So if you're looking to see some new stuff, come on down. Come on down to Upbeat.
Come on down.
Come say hello.
Sounds good. Cool. I guess we'll go back to Studio Central.
I guess so.
Okay.
I guess so. We got some fun
Follow you.
art to do.
Yeah.
Kate's going to be facilitating this for us. Oh yes, very.
Oh
very
yes.
art
Oh, here we are. Yeah.
Here's our.
Nice.
Our
Kate's
band.
already going. Hi.
Hello. So let's start from the rock that I painted yesterday,
Okay.
just to catch on the movement.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. So this is a very good way of actually painting the full canvas, spending a lot of time on that. For myself, it's not to make anything else can be guessed. And hello, I'm Kate. Everyone can talk a little bit about the mood today. I have a mood that's more fall than summer. But for the gallery, we just toned down a little bit. And that's if you notice, like, the card with the ghosty, just have a look like this. And it happens that when I paint a wave, that would be more to summer. So I'm just turning back to summer and feeling a little bit more energetic because I felt super cozy today. Put the show near some good in my imagination or in our buyer's imagination. Someone can come by the show and the cups, beautiful ceramic cups from Eleanor. Or there are cat hats that are pumpkin, crocheted pumpkin hats that you can see next Thursday. That's going to be on our
Yes, we will showcase that next
and the
year.
crowns.
They're very
I'm
cute.
just spoiling everyone's surprise right now in a moment. But I'm so excited to talk about that. So yeah, see, I've got cat toys by the way. Come see.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you don't come see, you have the opportunity to see it with Dylan and Lori next week. And also, how's your mood today?
How's my mood? I'm feeling a little bit brain foggy. I had a little bit of a hiatus for the last few days. I took a little bit of time off, but it's my first day back today. And so I guess I'm resettling into work, I suppose. And it's interesting that we're doing waves today because I think waves really represent that rise and fall in our lives, and it also represents like energy, you know. But yeah, it look very much like our moods can rise and fall. Yeah.
Feeling good. I'm just a bit tired, but I'm excited to paint and relax. Yeah, that's good. What do you look at?
Good today. It's been, Thursdays are always fun.
Mhm.
What about you, Raina? Great.
All right.
How about you, Garfield?
Yeah. Joel says it all right there. Yeah.
His face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we can show the rock and the
Okay.
print. The cards on the print are a little bit different
Yeah.
than on the original image. It was just taken from the internet. It's accessible to everyone. Everyone can paint something like that. I just started a bit early to see which colors are the best matching for what we're doing. So I used just regular, yeah, I guess that's what I used. Either this one or this one. Yeah, it's this one. I mixed with white, more white than this, definitely, and that's what I started with on that real piece right here. And I can always add more white, that's what I'm planning eventually. So yeah, I use this one. Okay, good. Good guess. They look really easy. Yeah, that one's darker, but I just poured the tone of white and
cheese.
yeah,
Cream cheese.
my brush.
Smoked salmon cream
Yeah,
cheese.
you guessed that. That was my donation.
How was it?
Yeah.
How was it? The smoked
It
salmon.
was good, I like it. So that's a white, that's why I brought additional. So we can always add white on top, and I'm just moving it to a real lighter shade. Right here.
I'm gonna do that every time I pour out paint.
I make a whole fart sound.
We're very professional.
Okay, so I would for now, I will be adding lighter and lighter and lighter until I get to white. Okay, splashes. So I start with thicker brush, and then I will need to come up to the point where I'm using toothpicks. So we'll probably need to grab toothpicks after.
We got them right there, actually. Yeah, perfect.
Great. But we'll start with thicker brushes, then we move to brushes like this, which I brought for everyone. Everyone can have one. And yeah, and then we can use some toothpicks for the tiny detail afterwards. So yeah, and then what I did, I took a real tiny bit of black. So the first, I started with this part. This part is just like blue. I didn't really care about the shape because shape can be added to, and I'm adding white, which would white out the blue out of it. So I just keep adding white here and there because you can see splashes. For the darker blue, I use this too. That one and this one's. Getting confused now which one did I do? Not the marine one. It was a mixture of this and this, I believe. Of these two. Yeah. So I just mix them on a brush directly. Yeah, and you are getting a good color. And you did it for me. I do not really want to keep it solid color. I add a bit darker, a bit lighter, and a little tiny bit of black in between as well. So just a little tiny bit of black on the brush before I pick up the blue paint. And here's what I'm getting. So I'm getting the right color right here. Okay. Then this area is way darker than it is in the original image. And we can either keep it the way it is on the print, or we can actually make it lighter. This way we're just mixing blue. I could, do I have a paint on my floor?
No.
I have a bad habit of like.
Yeah,
I
me too.
use-
Yeah.
And I don't know if I need any. And then people tell me, you have something wrong with you. I go home after any paint classes or after lives we have here, I realize I have something wrong. Usually right here.
Yeah.
If I paint on a canvas on the table, so it helps me actually to paint on an easel. So the marina paint would not create the color that we want directly, because like it's one paint color. So we could use a little tiny bit of gray And then we could add more black at the very top, we can make it darker, with spots, and then I want to feel this side as well right away. So just using the same color I'm using for the main line. Yeah, the outline you see here, I have a little tiny bit of gray, which is going to be spotted on top of afterwards, and then I have a splash of white on the right side here, and some white that they dapped me, and just show you what the way it is for after. And everyone has reference images on the table, so do your own thing. I'm not insisting on you repeating what I'm doing. It's for the viewers rather than painters here. Because some viewers actually get oriented into verbal language and cannot see the paint colors. They just don't see it. It's good to have it verbally explained. Yeah, so we have little and then I need to advertise up here. We are having art in the park starting July 11th is the first class at 12. It starts at 12 and at
Starts at 11.
what?
11 to 2.
11 to 2?
Yeah.
Really?
Or-
Oh, we moved it to 11.
Just in the meeting
Well,
today.
maybe it's us.
Okay.
11 to
Okay,
2.
good to know.
Like staff.
I think it starts at 12 for people, but we count as 11.
I'm gonna quickly. Oh right, I can. I'm gonna double check.
But anyway, the time comes, you can see it on our Facebook page. When it is, I do think it's 12 to 1 or 12 to 1:30, depending on the weather, depending on willingness of everyone to actually paint, but we're not staying the whole day. That's what I know. So we're going to paint as quickly as we can. I'm going to have a mic. I am facilitating the very first one, and then we'll see what happens next. I don't know myself. I did not go to a meeting because I was not supposed to.
No, I don't know about a meeting either.
So it was a meeting about it, apparently.
I saw midterms on it.
Yeah, it's a 12. 12 to 1:30.
12 to 1:30.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm always supposed to
Us,
be there.
yeah. Because Vin said it was just 3 hours for us.
Okay, yeah.
So guys.
Good thing we figured that out. I can tell everybody.
And everyone shows up before
Yeah.
us. We're not so.
Well, y'all are here to help out. Yeah, people will say.
Waves can be really easy to start drawing, but when you get to detail, it's a little bit focus consuming. So that's why I prefer talking a lot about it in the beginning and then paying more attention to detail afterwards. And it's really hard to explain, oh, look at this little bit of paint in this area. So this way we could move the camera closer if you're interested in looking at how it's created. And then we could move the paint out.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
No problem. is volunteer stuff.
So the thing about this piece right here, it does not look the same color on the print as the color on the original photograph. So it's really hard for me to remember what was there, because I was using, what I remember I was using completely different color. And when I printed out, I got mixed up. So I will not recreate the color that is here. I will go with more blues and whites. And I opened the blue that was closed. So I'm gonna try. See what it does. Oh, it's good. It's quite good. It's very good, actually. Is that that I want? Yeah. Okay. So that's the first layer. The first layer is done. So we want to go on to the second layer now.
Yeah.
Okay, for the second layer, I actually want everything filled. So I would fill whatever is left over right now with that blue that they opened is this one. And it's not staying like that because the details going to be on there and I'm going to cover it a lot. So for now it's just blue. And we'll do some blending, a little tiny bit of blending here and there. brush or
A very clean brush that is detailed.
and creating an outline or dabbing. In this case, it's dabbing, not the outline. But also, it's a combination of both in on top, and then it is just straight down. Okay. So you see, it looks like an outline, but it actually is not, because I'm going to add it on top and lower and just practically dab a lot with the same detail brush. Which we could go with a thicker brush, it is easier for me at the moment to dab. Maybe someone has a different preference and I'm not against that preference. And also when you dab on top of blue, it's mixing a little tiny bit into the white, and I'm using the same mixture for creating some darker, tiny bit of darker spots in between. Because the splashes are not just pure white, you can see some rays in them. And it's important to keep the shape the way you see it. Even I don't say I see it exactly the way it is, but it gives the shape that creates a really good impression of what's happening. Yeah, yesterday I did not go out, but later did. I guess she got in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's easier to start with all the white splashes first. And like this splash is way bigger and it's more solid. So I can go with just solid white here several times. We allow to spot that's a little darker. And also, if you notice, there is some kind of a gray behind it. So I can just extend that gray.
Nice. Very good, very good.
Thank you.
Yes.
Some white.
Nice. Nice. Nice Kool-Aid blue water. Mmm. Yeah. Who's got money?
Where you see spots, I could add a couple of them with a bigger brush. But after that, I'm definitely taking a thin brush and a toothpick. So I start with a thin brush and then I'm moving on to a toothpick when it dries to add the tiny bit of dots.
No, we don't.
Guys, we're boring today.
I know.
We're just sitting talking about anything, just so focused.
We're locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
I'm not usually a painter, so I have to be focusing on
It's good already.
What do folks do for Canada Day?
a rain day.
Oh, right, for Rain Day.
Day.
It's
Why do you
raining.
call it Rain
Hey.
I just painted all day.
Oh, nice.
What did you do, Raina?
I got ice cream and I made Mario Kart.
Nice.
Best beauty ever.
And I saw fireworks that were only for me.
Oh, yeah. I know. I was like, oh my god, does everyone celebrate this day?
It's a national holiday.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some Canadian, it's called Canadian maple tonnerre, I think.
Oh, really?
So
Oh,
we
that's
got a couple of this to try. Yeah,
Wow.
most of the day was just, yeah, it was good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, what did you do?
I didn't really do anything too major. I played Baldur's Gate with my roommate for a good chunk of the day. It was nice. What's that?
Oh, I went fishing with my roommate.
Oh.
My husband.
And they were
Oh.
roommates.
It was good though. He caught 2 fish. Yeah.
And you got 3.
No, I saw him. I caught 3. I caught 3 sticks. Yeah, I was pulling nothing but weeds. And, it's nice. You could see them kind of jumping out of the water.
They were teasing you.
Yeah, I was putting my my lure right where they were. I tossed out one because it landed right on one, and he jumped out of the water. I thought I caught him.
Yeah,
Just spooked him. Yeah. Spooked him, spooked me.
I hear ya.
I like the darkness of that though.
I do not do reels whatsoever.
Me
So I
neither.
feel like I don't know what I'm doing
Can
right
you tell
That was
which
so
one's
good.
different?
Oh, that
Yeah.
was so good.
Yours is closer to the original.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
That's lovely.
So this part, I'm adding lots of very light lines. Just follow the direction of the wave. And they can be white or light, very light blue. And then I just focus on adding a little tiny bit of gray on the top. Gray and maroon to create that very dark underline under the wave. And that's essential to show that it's a shape, still a shape that is outline. Like a quick line that's very dark right here. So to just make a very bold line with black and add marine on top and then work with some detail. And when I say marine, the color is blue, navy blue mixed with black, I'd say. It's darker than navy blue. Or maybe it just me. So maybe it just navy blue. And while I was talking, I was just adding direction that's not there. Up and to the line. It looks like a wave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, now this is the most work because I need to create all these lines and actually I feel way more comfortable when I'm sitting down when I work with detail. So you can just look at what I started doing and then I'm going to sit down and keep working on the shapes. And everyone can, okay, here. So this is the progress of mine.
Nice.
But I'm going to just sit down and work on the shape. Anyone wants to try the easel for anything? The easel
Okay.
right here.
goes on forever.
Yeah.
I was in New York with some friends. We went to Long Island to go to the beach because they were like, "You've never seen the ocean before, we gotta take you." And the waves were so strong, I kept getting hit by the waves and screaming.
Oh.
And I had to have somebody hold my hand the entire time. And this was when I was 21. And we saw seahorse.
No way. Cool.
Oh,
That's like my favorite animal. Wildlife.
Are you still kind of like a little iffy with bodies of water?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like that, like the fear of the water, I think, like represents a lot of people's fear, which is of the unknown. Like there's so much under the water that we don't understand, and I think that's a lot of times what we're afraid of as people. There are things that we don't understand. And so, Dylan tip. The more that you understand what you're afraid of, usually the less you'll be scared of it.
yeah.
There's, I mean, some folks have heard of exposure therapy, I'm sure,
Yeah.
which, you know, is,
Yeah.
can be a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Be on a boat for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It depends on the way it's done.
One way or another, you'll be changed.
But, yeah.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of homeopathy therapy. Because it's just exposure for me because it's the everyday life something. When I can talk about emotional challenges where if you do not know what you are afraid of, it's getting worse. So from my experience, I had symptoms of burnout while I was in a very bad emotional state.
Mhm.
And if I don't go out, I wait a couple of days and it's almost impossible to do that. So I had to force yourself. I had to do that even though it was terrifying. But otherwise, I was feeling stuck. It was getting worse and the fear was getting worse.
Mhm.
Well, when I went on proper medication, it took me several years of getting out where I was. So I had to learn to deal with things I didn't want to deal with.
Yeah, because being in that, you know, like not cooped up, but you know, being when there's a lot of fear, that can lead us to try to do everything that we can to escape that fear, and
Yes.
so that'll prevent us from like going outside or like talking to the people that we love.
Talking in general.
Talking in general, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I believe that art is a really great way to process some of that too. Like, have you ever made art about something that you're afraid of?
No.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, because once you know your fear better, it becomes a little easier. Like you said, there, Kate, about not knowing what it was, made it worse. And so some folks that have mental health challenges, and they're looking to get a diagnosis, and once they have that diagnosis, they're like, oh, that's it.
It makes it so much easier to understand what's happening, and I stopped being afraid. I don't say I wasn't upset about my diagnosis,
Mm-hmm.
but it made my life so much easier because, oh, that's what's happening.
Yeah, doesn't mean it gets rid of the fears entirely, but at least you kind of
But
know
at
what you're
least I
working
know that
with.
the whole world is not attacking me.
Yeah, that you're not like
That it's my
Crazy,
mental health
you know.
condition, and then, yeah, even though, yeah. paradox, but it's you're not crazy.
Yeah.
It's probably the worst condition you can ever get. Before schizophrenia, it's the schizoaffective disorder. It's super close to it,
Okay.
but it's way easier to deal with. Not when you're there as a baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that's easy to deal with.
No, it's one of the most complicated, complex, and hardest to recover from after schizophrenia. Because schizophrenia has less prospects of recovery than schizoaffective disorder. And I was on the same medication for 15 years now. I changed it just this year.
Wow.
Thank you for being so open about your experience there, Kate. But
I have no choice because if people don't know, they would. Well, some things need to be considered, and I'd rather be honest than make people jump to conclusions that they're not true.
yeah, and that's part of the work you got to do is that education piece for people that don't understand fully. And I think that's very true. And it sounds like you want to use kind of your voice to help other folks out and kind of reduce some of that stigma around some of those mental health diagnoses that other people might be like, you know.
It's almost impossible because I see how many people do not, like for older people who grew up the way they grew up, it's probably not possible.
It's a lot harder.
But for the youngest generations, it is already something that can be spoken about and people can change mind.
And how does it feel to kind of, I guess, know that about the young generation, the younger generations?
Younger generation is amazing from this point of view, understanding more issues that are. If I start talking to my mom about any of that, it doesn't mean she would support me or understand a lot of that, but to recognize certain things, it's like, like older people, like used to older stereotypes.
Yeah,
So
it's times were so different.
yeah, so it's really hard to switch thinking that.
And
Even if the person is open-minded, sorry.
no, yeah, please go on.
Yeah.
I think that's very true. And I really do think that, all generations can learn something from each other, and that goes both ways. I think that we have enough division and stuff like that, and so being able to learn from your elders or learn from the folks younger than you, I think that makes you a more well-rounded human being, because someone who's older might give you a perspective you hadn't considered. Likewise, if you talk to someone that's younger, might put you in on a perspective that you didn't consider. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's thinking, okay, we're advancing somewhere. It's not worse than it was, it's a different system.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not connected to what I was experiencing. I was living in different countries, and it definitely helps to understand perspectives.
Yeah, and that's true. Like so many different countries and so many different cultures have different ways of viewing things.
And different languages, learning different languages too,
That's
gives
true.
you more insight into.
I always thought it was interesting how there in a lot of other languages there's words for things that there is no translation for in English.
Yeah.
English
Like
is such a basic language.
I'm thinking of I think the first thing that comes to my head is Schadenfreude, which is German for taking pleasure in the misery of others. Which sounds pretty dark, but like it's it's the when you that instinct when you laugh when you see someone fall over.
Oh, okay.
Something when you see like a man fall over. Well, maybe not. It depends.
Well, let's say
I know someone who laughed at other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just another example of other differences, you know, can learn a lot from each other. And I think that's what makes diversity and inclusion so important. So, you know, in Western countries, you know, we've often heard the perspective of typically like older white men. And so being able to hear different perspectives is incredibly important.
Just gonna come around. We got like 2 minutes left.
2 minutes
2
left?
minutes.
I'm not even, okay. Maybe I should take a toothpick and add some tiny details.
Nice.
I'm trying.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, it's okay.
Whichever you can do.
I think mine's a little bit more abstract, I would say.
No, I just can't like focus. I'm the type where I can't keep looking at the drawing.
Oh yeah. Wow,
I have a hard
Rena.
time with referencing.
Nice.
Where I'm just like, I kind of just like let my
Yeah.
my inner artist just like, you know,
This is
take
fun.
it in a weird direction. Being like, I want to do waves, but maybe it won't turn out as a wave. Maybe it'll turn out as something else. Yeah, you guys are great.
Thank you.
I can show mine from
Oh.
a distance because distance makes it look better.
Wow, yeah. Looks very realistic.
But too close, it wouldn't be finished.
Yeah, I like the little bits of like of seafoam, just in the middle of the waving at the top there that you did.
Just let this last minute run out. Dylan and I believe Katie Bruce.
Right on.
Oh, now it's just one person, so it's probably Dylan. Yeah, bye.
So yeah, any last minute? Is anything coming up?
Just Art in the Park, June or July 11th. Yeah, residency is starting
Very exciting.
somewhere in July
Congrats
also.
to folks
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
are part of that.
Yeah.
All the exciting stuff.
Do we have
Yeah.
bread?
No, they didn't have anything for us today.
So no bread this week.
No bread this week, yeah.
unfortunately.
But probably again next week, I think. Yeah. Tuesday, Thursday.
Tuesday.
Okay, I guess, yeah, we'll say goodbye then. Okay, well, thanks for coming to live.
Good night.
Yeah, all of the above. Yeah, bye, Raina. Bye.